Greetings. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness. Saturday is a day governed by Saturn, and boy, is our karma up. Oh, our collective karma is raging. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm the Moon Mama, and before I talk about Saturn and the Moon in Leo, I want to direct you to go register for the 13 Moons Initiation. Um, New moon in Scorpio, full moon in Gemini. We're going to be focusing our energy on harnessing the power of the sacred whore. Ooh. So this is a very significant energy for women, for the feminine. It's something that men actually can embody as well. And I really encourage men too, because many men are intimidated by a woman who has her full sexual power. And that's why we live in a culture that calls women sluts and things like that. The sacred whore is something that is an ancient practice, like the geishas in Asian cultures, and there are lots of cultures that revered women for their sexual healing energy, and so they were called sacred whores. So that's why we are invoking that energy during this next moon cycle. But like I was saying, many men are very intimidated by women's sexual power because men know that they are if they are not fully embodied in themselves, then they are subject to a woman who has full reign of her own sexuality. And you when a woman has full reign of her own sexuality, there's not a man in the world that's a match to her on his own. Like if he has a gun, yes, but but and even then, because a woman in her full sexual, sensual, spiritual power is a god, and that is something that women can often achieve. But men have a more challenging time achieving that unless they are aligned with a woman who is operating in her divinity. Um, and so, a man who has the ability to share power, to be leader and submissive with a woman who has her own divine power accesses the power to become divine. In this Western patriarchal culture, everything is really about the oppression of women, and so the men in this culture do not access, generally, unless they are really, like I said, connected to the divine feminine. They do not access their God-given power because their desire is to suppress the feminine. So any man who is attempting to suppress the feminine um, or subjugate her in any way is not accessing his God power. So, what we want to do as the feminine, or women, or men who even embody the feminine, because these genders are spectrums. They really are. But what we want to be able to do is embody the sacred sexual practices, just the understanding. We have to first begin with the understanding of what it means to have feminine power, goddess power that courses through our bodies, that courses through our wombs, through our pussies. Like, how do we use this power in service to ourselves, in service to our health, in service to our well-being, and then in service to the creative power of the universe? Because we are the creative portals of all things on this planet. We are the creators. We bring forth everything. So I encourage you to sign up for this class. It's $47 for the first month. Next month we have a new theme every month. This month is a sacred whore. Last month we worked on relationships and being, how you harness your power to be in relationship with others. And now it's going to be, how do you harness your sexual energy in service to yourself and the greater good? Okay, so today is a Saturn day and the moon is in Leo. So Saturn is our karma. It's our cause and effect. It's also time. It's also what you put out, you get back, which is another way for saying karma. It's also our structures, and Saturn is currently in Capricorn, and Capricorn rules our governmental structures and our social structures. So I'm watching a little bit on social media, not very much, but I'm watching all of this sort of celebrating and all of that. And I think, people need to do whatever they need to do. But because of what's going on astrologically, my advice, if I was going to offer any, would be to hold tight. This is just getting started. This is just getting started. We are about to experience the most karmic time that there has ever been being an American since the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. Um, Saturn is also in a conjunction with Pluto, and Pluto is the devil. It's like hell. So we're undergoing a really big challenge, and the thing to do with Saturn is, like I said, to really understand that this is all karmic and we're just at the beginning of it. Like, we have several years of an undoing that we are about to experience. So, that's really all I can say. It's so how do I want to say, how are you participating? That's the thing. Like, how are you energetically participating? So for me, on election night, I created an event that would help open up the portals to joy and new possibilities, because what I understand, because of the astrology, only because of the astrology, like, I'm not, I just see the astrology. And so what I know is that our structures are going to come undone. I also understand that there is a war, an energetic war brewing between, you know, really around in the power structures in our country. And so the power structures in our country have been um, structured through white supremacy. So there is a war, energetic war, that is happening because there are two different factions of this sort of white supremacy power that are battling for control, is what I'll say. And that's also what Saturn governs, is control. So in my own understanding, because of the astrology, I just realized that doesn't have anything to do with me as a Black person, because we have been here in this particular iteration since 1619, though we were here long before that. And what I realized for myself is that I don't want to continue to support the lie. And the lie is that whiteness is supreme. This governmental structure that we have is built on systems that continue to disempower and extract the energy of Black people. Every law, everything in this country is built on the backs of Black people, and done so to disempower and take our energy. And the reason we don't understand it is because if we knew who we really were, we would see how our energy is being drained. It's like, for us to give our energy to this system in any way is to belittle ourselves, is to make ourselves less than what we really are, because we really are divine beings. Like, we really do have access to frequencies and energies and ways of being that this system does not support. So our intuition, our cosmic connections, our magic, all of that is being drained through us and into this system, which really does dumb us down. And we don't understand that because we've not seen us in our true form. We've not seen us be who we really are capable of being. So we don't even know what we're missing, is what's fascinating to me. And because I read the astrology and understand, when I do people's natal charts, I can see what they're capable of and and how far they are away from that. One of the things that I will say about my own life is that my life is filled with magic. It's filled with things that understanding and connections to others that I wasn't even taught that I could have access to as a child, because those energies have been we've been conditioned out of those ways of being. So that's what's going on right now in this country, and I encourage people to hold tight. Don't do too much of anything just yet, because this is just getting started. This is just going to start to unravel in ways that we don't understand. And so the moon is in Leo, and the moon in Leo is about your creative self-expression. So here we have this destruction happening, and then we have the moon in Leo that says, who are you? Like, who are you separate and apart from all of this? These old ways of being, these old ideals, these stories that would have us supporting systems that actually are eating our lives away and eating our energy and taking our power from us. Who are you in the way that God created you to be? And how can you begin to access that through your own understanding, your own temple of God that is here? How can you begin to access the fullness of your own power? I know for me, I am really in highly creative mode right now. I'm thinking about, how can I use my energy to generate what I really love? How can I use my energy to heal myself, to get freer than I've been, to support my son, to support my community, to support the people that I am holding space for and they're getting free? How can I be further and more empowered in creating community of people who are free and living in their mysticism and in their power and in their gifts and talents, so that we can really fulfill the potential of our soul agreement? Because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to be Americans. We're here to fulfill the potential of our divine gifts and talents. And so that is how I am using my creative energy. So this is why I'm doing the classes, like accessing your sacred whore and accessing the potential and your power of your ability to create the life that you desire, to be who God created you to be, and the tools in order to be able to access that information and those resources. So today, like I said, it's a Saturn day. Saturn is in Capricorn, and it is in a conjunction with Pluto, and it's also in a square with Mercury. So because Saturn is in a square with Mercury, the information that's coming through, it is not accurate, because Mercury in a square with Saturn says restrictions, that there is more to unfold. So really, really, really relax, watch, sit back, take your time. It's not time to celebrate yet. All right. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.